I'm Michael Quintanilla, your mask-wearing Master of Ceremonies on this very exciting day. We are here to celebrate you, so please let's all give each other a big round of applause, but first, let's wash our hands. Congrats, grads. A quick costume change. There, how do I look? Great, right? We are here to honor you, but first of all, look where I'm standing. I'm inside Judge Yolanda Huff's courtroom. I am always so honored and humbled to be in Judge Huff's courtroom. You guys, this really is a sacred place. This is where Judge Huff presides and maintains order. This is where she determines the validity of evidence. This is where she guides a jury with instructions about the law. Here is where she sets the standards. This is why we all rise for Judge Yolanda Huff. I love those words, all rise, because they remind me of two others, rise up. And so today, we all rise for Judge Huff, and we rise up for you, our graduates, because you are rising. You are reaching. You are setting new goals. You have new objectives, new ideas, a new direction with your graduation. Welcome to Judge Huff's Mental Health Court's virtual summer commencement class of 2020. With this virtual commencement in Bexar County in the state of Texas, we salute your hard work, virtual style. You know, going virtual has allowed many of us to zoom in from the safety of our homes during this unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic, where social distancing and the use of masks are the new normal. But this challenging time did not stop you, our graduates, from your recovery, and it will not stop us from showing you our pride in your accomplishment. As you know, perhaps too well, mental health issues affects the individual, but it also impacts the family and extended loved ones. We acknowledge your story and your empowerment to find your way. We acknowledge others in your life as well, new supporters and familiar faces, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, grandparents, significant others and friends, pastors and teachers, coaches and sponsors. These people, the people in your lives, are a testament of the love they have for our graduates. Your support has made a difference in their lives, and for that, we applaud you too. Again, we are here to celebrate our graduates and all of their hard work and dedication that has resulted in their graduation today. You are now among the hundreds of graduates who have reached this goal with the support and care of your family and friends that we welcome today. We also welcome our elected officials and community leaders joining us in this grand and virtual honor. Speaking of virtual, check it out, guys. On your screen in front of you, there is an applaud and thumbs up Zoom feature. So feel free to press and click and engage and congratulate your graduates and friends as we move on. And in the next hour or so, we will be moving. We will listen to Commissioner Justin Rodriguez, Gilbert Gonzalez, Director of the Department of Behavioral Health, Officer Joe Smarrow with the San Antonio Police Department's Mental Health Unit, who also is an HBO star, And you'll hear from our esteemed Judge Yolanda Huff, who presides in this fabulous courtroom. And several of our graduates will share touching testimonials. We will then continue with our history-making virtual commencement of the class of 2020 graduates. In closing, my personal experience has taught me that ideas, yes, lots of ideas, come from awareness, from a response to the world around us. Ideas come from struggle, from sacrifice, from surviving, from mistakes that need correction, from a problem in search of a solution, from critical and original thinking. Possibly you are here for one or more or other reasons. So graduates, whatever your reason, rise up to every challenge, because when you do, you also rise up for others. And now, ladies and gentlemen, and our honored graduates, it is with great pleasure that I introduce Commissioner Justin Rodriguez, Precinct 2, who has enriched our community in innumerable ways by rising up with courage and wisdom as a dedicated supporter of mental health. He has tirelessly pushed for funding to support diversion from incarceration for citizens who suffer from mental illness. Commissioner Rodriguez has focused on expanding access to treatment, as well as on legislative and local government to support the needs of our behavioral health community. Having received $7.2 million in treatment through his efforts in the short time he has served on the court. We are truly honored to have him with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all rise for Commissioner Justin Rodriguez.
Hi, I'm Bexar County Commissioner Justin Rodriguez in Precinct 2. Just wanted to take a couple of minutes to congratulate all of you who have gone through this mental health court over the past 12 months. First, I want to thank and acknowledge the hard work of Judge Yolanda Huff and her staff at County Court 12 and all of the partners who have helped make this particular court very successful. To the graduates, let me just say, I know the last 12 months have not always been easy. You certainly have had your moments where you felt like giving up, but your commitment, your perseverance, along the way, I'm sure you had a family member or a friend encourage you to keep going and get through it. So thanks to those folks as well. But more importantly, thank you for sticking through this program and getting through it successfully. It is a step in the right direction, hopefully for your life, but also helps our community better itself. Acknowledging, number one, that there are folks who have mental health issues, taking that stigma away from it being something that's frowned upon. We need to make sure that we embrace those issues and address them head on. And through this court, you've done that. So again, my congratulations on behalf of Bexar County. Good luck in the rest of your endeavors.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gilbert Gonzalez, Director of the Department of Behavioral Health. Mr. Gonzalez is a prominent Bexar County leader and authority in mental health, substance abuse, and the developmental disabilities, and the extraordinary care necessary for individuals faced with these concerns. He also oversees the development of program, policy, and implementation for community-wide jail diversion services for persons with mental illnesses. Because of his and his staff's work, more than 1,100 individuals on a monthly basis have been prevented from being inappropriately incarcerated or inappropriately sent to hospital emergency rooms. That's pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all rise for Gilbert Gonzalez, Director of the Department of Behavioral Health.
Hi, my name is Gilbert Gonzalez, and I am the Director of the Bexar County Behavioral Health Department. And to the graduating class of 2020, I congratulate you. Today is your day. This has been a long journey for you, 12 months. and you've made it. With your efforts and your concentration and the support of your family and your friends, you've created a new path for you. We would like to support that path. The county has supported that path for quite some time now. In 2014, the county created a Bexar County Mental Health Department, the first of its kind in the entire state. And to this day, we're the only county that has a mental health department dedicated on a daily basis to providing the services that you need. In 2017, the Justice Intake and Assessment Center was created exclusively to identify your needs way before things really got bad. And the county also has the Reentry Center that supports individuals that are in contact with the criminal justice system and just need a little help transitioning. All of these things are here for you. There are many other things that we've done, but more importantly, it is to support you on your path to wellness. It is so good to hear, to be with you, and to hear you say, I made it. Congratulations. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up is a wonderful speaker who will deliver your graduation keynote address. Officer Joe Smarrow with the San Antonio Police Department's Mental Health Unit and a star of the award-winning HBO documentary, Ernie and Joe, Crisis Cops. Officer Smarrow is a decorated United States Marine Corps combat veteran who honorably served 2 tours to Afghanistan and Iraq. After his time in the Marine Corps, he moved to South Texas where he joined the San Antonio Police Department in 2005. After 4 years on the patrol, he became one of the original members of the SAPD's Mental Health Unit and helped grow it into a nationally recognized best practice policing unit as recognized under President Barack Obama's administration. Officer Smarrow earned the Hector Garza Award as the top graduate upon earning his bachelor's degree at the Wayland Baptist University. He followed up with his studies at Texas A&M University and earned a Veterans Entrepreneurship Certificate from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. In 2018, Officer Smarrow's I See You TEDx talk was a sensation. And here to keep that feeling going, you know, that feeling of awareness, of keeping us woke to social issues as they pertain to mental health and helping us rise to those challenges and more, is Officer Smarrow.
Hello and congratulations to this graduating class. What an honor. I hope that you are just as proud of yourself as we are of you. But before I begin, I just want to take one moment and give a special thank you to this incredible rock star, Judge Huff. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate you inviting me to be a part of this special day for these 17 individuals that have really embarked on this journey and put in the hard work. And I want to thank you individually and your staff and everything that you stand for as the head of the Bexar County Mental Health Court. We are so honored to have you in our community. I realize the work that you have put in and the attention that you've gained on a national level for having this program. And so congratulations to you and your staff. Now, I want to bring it back to you. 17 proud individuals. What an honor. What an honor. You have got to be so proud of yourself. And I apologize that we're having to do this virtually. I hope it doesn't take too much away from your special day. I would love to be there in person, seeing all your faces, just imagining the smiles and the family support, the kids, the parents, the siblings, whatever community that you have that have supported you over this last year to get where you are today. I imagine it would be a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. And I am just wanting to let you know that while I am on this side of the camera and you're watching it on a screen, trust me, we have a lot in common. And sure, I don't know you and you don't know me, but here's what I know. To be in this program and to graduate from this program, you have to have a mental health diagnosis. And I too have a mental health diagnosis, and I want you to understand that we are not abnormal. You know this. Everybody has mental health. Everybody living has mental health. It's a spectrum. Some people are mentally healthy, and some people have a mental illness. But it's a spectrum. And even people who have a mental illness are on that spectrum. Some can do well, and some can struggle. So we know that just because we have a mental illness does not define who we are. You define who you are. You are about to close a chapter in this book of life or level up in this game of life, however you want to see it, depending on your age group. But we should be so, so proud. You should be so proud. And I want to take a second. I just want to take a moment because I think it's, again, the best I could do to personalize this so where it's not, because we're not in person, the best I could do is say, I want to individually honor each and every one of you. And I think it's great when you see your name and you hear your name and you get a little dopamine hit of feel good, like, yes. And I just wanted to reinforce that. So I just want to take a moment and say, congratulations to Alexander and Darlene, Vanity, Isaac, Raymond, Corey, Dominga, Magdalena, Margaret, Ryan, Heather, Maria, Dominic, Michael, Lisa, Connor, and Omar. That's you. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm going to take a moment and clap. Because if we were there in person, we'd be on our feet hooting and hollering. If the graduation was in the courtroom, it would be up to Judge Huff if she allowed that or not. But we would be celebrating you nonetheless and cheering for you and rooting for you to say, yes, let's close this chapter. I want you to take a moment and just reflect on the work that it took for you to get where you are right now. Has it been an easy year for you? Absolutely not. Have you had to wake up every day and do certain things that maybe you didn't want to do? I'm certain of it. But here's what you need to know. Here's what you've just proved to yourself is that you could take any moment and make a choice for yourself to do what you needed to do to live a better life, to live a purposed life. And whatever you did to get into the situation, whatever you did to find yourself in this court, you need to know that you've also did everything required to get yourself through it and out of it. And so with great, great pride and with great energy and with great excitement, I welcome you, I invite you, I challenge you to close this chapter and start a new chapter. But take the lessons that you've learned over this last year, the commitments you've made, the appointments you've had to make, the work you've had to do, the boundaries you've had to set, the relationships that you've had to change or fix or let go of because they weren't serving you to get closer to your goal. These are all things that you've done. You made the choice. And sure, having a community is really, really important. Having family support, having social support, having staff support, having people to hold us accountable is really, really important. But here's the reality. Nobody forced you to do anything. Even if there were certain mandates, nobody forced you to do any of it. You made the choice. You decided that you were going to live a purposed life. You decided that you wanted to change the course of your life. You made the choice every day to do what was right and best for you. And I just hope that you will take those lessons that you've learned, albeit difficult, certainly hard, but that you would move forward in your next phase, your next chapter, the next level of this game of life, and use those skills that you've acquired to move on to this journey. See, I mentioned that I have diagnosis as well. I've been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder and depression through the VA. I'm a combat veteran Marine. I've been a police officer for 15 years here in San Antonio. And while maybe it was a police officer that was the catalyst moment that kind of put you into the situation where you're in, I hope that you will see me as a person over my profession. I've worked on a mental health unit for the last 11 years, as it was mentioned. And I'm very, very proud of the work that I've done in this city, in this community, and the thousands of people that I've been able to interact with and help and serve and share a bit of my testimony and my story and be a light for them during their darkest moments. And that's the beautiful thing about what you get to do now as you move forward. But here's what we have to know first is be ready before you start serving other people. You have to do your own maintenance first. I still go to therapy every month. I love it. I've accepted the fact that I'm going to go to therapy for the rest of my life. It's maintenance. Our brains just work a little differently. And I want to give you this quick metaphor that I heard and I really, really like. And I hope it resonates with someone in here. But it's this idea that when we're born, see, we're all the same. Now, our environment is different. Our support is different. But individually, as human beings, as babies, we all have the same parts, the same components. And inside of our brain, essentially, we have this file cabinet. And our file cabinet is just about the same. We've got the same amount of drawers. We've got file folding hangers in it. And as we grow up through our formative years, in therapy, they would refer to this as your schema. But as we go through our lives, certain things happen, right? So as we're an infant, it's like I need food, I need my diaper changed, and I need love and physical connection. File that away in the folder. And then you get a little bit older and you realize like, okay, the world is starting to evolve. I'm starting to walk. I'm using my words. I can communicate with language, my needs, file that in the folder. And then I get a little bit older and I start to realize like, okay, girls have long hair, boys have short hair, boys play with these toys, girls play with this toy, and you file it away. And then you get a little older and teenagers and you realize like, okay, that girl has short hair and that's normal. And that boy has long hair and that's normal because we haven't built the ability or the capacity to start judging people or critiquing them from a negative sense. That comes usually later. And we're fully accepting of the world around us, creating our version of what is normal. But here's what happens when we face trauma, especially in those early years when you're 3 or 5 or 7 or 10 or 15 or even 17, 18, 20. When you face significant trauma or a traumatic event, what essentially happens is your file cabinet gets hijacked and a drawer gets taken out and your file folders get rearranged and they put the files in the wrong drawer and the drawers turn sideways and shoved back into the cabinet upside down. And so then as you become an adult, sure, you might look, hey, I'm put together, right? I look normal, relatively speaking. But anytime we go through a situation or there's a circumstance, we go to the file folder and we pull out the wrong file. And that is not your fault. It is not our fault that we don't have the same ability to see things or to respond to things or to feel things because we're operating with a different Rolodex, a different card catalog if you're old school, a different way of thinking. And so that is excused. But what we can't excuse is we can't excuse the fact that we do know right from wrong. We absolutely know right from wrong. And all of the terrible choices I've made in my life and the relationships that I've sabotaged and the people that I've hurt, right? The rear view mirror of my life is pretty painful. As I look back on my life, it's painful. I've hurt a lot of people. But through years and years of therapy, now I understand why I was so quick to self-sabotage. And I want to just leave you with a couple things about your individual wellness. Wake up every day with intention. I would invite you to start a gratitude journal. The first 3 minutes to 30 minutes of your day matter so much. The first thoughts on your mind, if they're negativity, if they're worry, if they're stress, if they're fear, that's going to play out throughout your day. We want to wake up intentionally and get still and think about, what am I grateful for? What do I have in my life or my health or my situation that I can find that I'm grateful for, and do 3 things every single day, and they can never repeat themselves. And this gets harder. I'm at day 422 this morning in a row that I have not missed. 422 days in a row this morning. You can do it. But it's a great, great way to set your day on intentions. And then I would ask you too to just go for a walk. Don't ever respond or react when you're emotionally intense, because it's not going to be easy. Now that the walls have really started to open up and the expectations are falling away, and you're going to have a lot more freedom. You know, freedom to choose is one of the greatest, and it's a blessing and a curse all at once. Because it's beautiful that we have the freedom to choose how we think and how we feel and how we respond and how we show up in life. It's also quite dangerous for some people because quite often we'll make the wrong choices. But we have to remember that it is in our choices. It is in our choices where we can thrive or we can injure. And when I say injure, what I mean is make poor choices that are going to have a negative impact. Because here's what we need to understand is every decision we make throughout the day has a consequence. If it's a good choice, it has a good consequence. If it's a bad choice, it has a bad consequence. And we have to own that. But I would say wake up with gratitude, go for a walk every day, at least 20 minutes, get into therapy, get a good therapist, stay connected in therapy, and then surround yourself with positive people that are going to lift you up, because positive emotions fuel resiliency, and positive emotions are going to be found in positive experiences. Try not to surround yourself with negativity. Try not to surround yourself with people who are going to bring you down or doubt you. Set those boundaries. Live your life intentionally. It wasn't easy to get where you are, but you've proved that you can do it. I'm so proud of you. I wish I could be there in person. And I'm just going to leave you with this last quote, and it's from Theodore Roosevelt. And he says, "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." Do you believe that you can have another good year? Do you believe that you can stay out of Judge Huff's court? Do you believe that you can stay and live a life of sobriety and stay healthy? Do you believe that you can start to foster positive relationships and learn to forgive people that have hurt you? Because if you believe it, you're halfway there. So then what's the other half, you might ask? Simply acting. It's just do it. Act on it. Do not stay still. Do not stop moving. That is when we become depressed. We have to be intentional about acting out our lives, being an active participant in this game. Act it out. Believe you can, and then go do it. Thank you again. I really appreciate you. And as I like to say, even virtually, I see you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Judge Huff. Appreciate it.
Now it is my great pleasure to introduce my friend, Specialty Court Judge Yolanda Huff of County Court at Law number 12 that handles the mental health court. Judge Huff has a 21-year career handling criminal and CPS cases. Judge Huff was born in Taylor, Texas, but her family soon moved to North Carolina, where they lived until Judge Huff was 16 when the family returned to Texas and resided in Austin. She graduated from Reagan High School there and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Texas at Austin. As a mother of three, Judge Huff worked while earning a law degree from St. Mary's School of Law in 1996 and then opened a private practice. Since taking the bench in 2019, Judge Huff serves on the Bexar County Domestic Violence Commission and the board for the Ministry of the Three Crosses. She is the creator and chair of the Bexar County Specialty Courts Coalition, and she has drafted the Bexar County Specialty Courts Coalition book, which is a resource directory of the 14 specialty courts in all of Bexar County. Everyone, please welcome, and more importantly, all rise for my friend and your advocate, Judge Yolanda Huff.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Judge Yolanda Huff, and I preside over County Court 12 in the Mental Health Court. I want to give everyone that's zooming in today a big welcome. Thank you for zooming in to see the Mental Health Court Summer Graduation Ceremony. I want to especially thank the 20 participants that managed to get through the program successfully, and especially during this time of COVID. They did wonderful, and I couldn't be prouder of them. And I just hope everyone enjoyed the show. and get to see how, through Zoom, how a special court graduation ceremony is performed. And again, I want to welcome everyone. Thank you, everyone. At this time, I would like to introduce my whole team that helped the Mental Health Court and the participants make this day possible. We have Michelle Starr, and she's the court manager. Azalea Badados, and she's a case manager. Adrian Rodriguez is also a case manager. We have Charlotte Reyes, and she's the office assistant. Jay Ruiz is the probation officer. Shanda Bandy is the pretrial bond officer. Paul Manriquez is the liaison for Center for Healthcare Services. Noe Lopez is a caseworker for the Center for Healthcare Services. Clarissa Lopez is also. Steve Keith is the deputy sheriff for County Court 12. Daniel Escobedo and Bianca Herrera are assistant district attorneys. We have Herman Booker, and he's the court coordinator for County Court 12. Crystal and Melissa Pena are clerks for County Court 12, and Irene Maldonado is the court reporter for 12. The public defenders for the Mental Health Court are Brian O'Donnell and Renee Munoz. And again, I want to thank the team and thank everyone for zooming in today. At this time, I would like to introduce two of the Mental Health Court participants that are going to be given testimonials. Raymond V. will give the first testimonial. Raymond came into the program very enthused, and he really did great. He came in knowing what he wanted. Raymond once told me that he wished he had known about a program like this years ago, and he would have gone through all the trouble that he's gone through. Anyway, Raymond intends to be one of our mentors because he's done with the program, but he plans to pay it forward by being a mentor in our mentorship program.
Hi, my name is Raymond. I'm here to say that I graduated. I started off as being an alcoholic, some kind of a drug addict. Thanks to this program, I'm here where I'm at today. At first I thought I wasn't gonna be able to make it, but it's just like, I don't know, it was my age or whatever. I decided to do it. And that's the only way I did it, because I wanted to do it. I mean, the courts were here, this and that. They helped out a lot, this and that, but it really had to do with me. I guess I was tired of the way I was living out in the streets. And when I started coming to this court, I started realizing that it was a time for a change. And a lot of it had to do with family coming back to talk to me, seeing what I was doing, asking me, who's helping you? I go, well, I have a team. Yeah, at first they would laugh. What do you mean a team? I said, well, there's a Judge Huff that's in the court that's willing to help people out, I guess, if we want to get the help. And I was one of them. Up to this day, there's still struggles that come in, but I know tools that I've learned through this program. And hopefully, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make it and continue in life, because it's gotten to where they helped me get my driver's license, get an apartment. But like I said, a lot of it had to do with me. I no longer stay out in the streets. I have my place. I pay my bills. And I'm happy. Every day I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning, knowing where I'm at, where I slept, under my roof. And yeah, it is a responsibility in life, something that I hadn't done in a while. And I just thank everybody that helped me out through the courts, jail outreach. I had to do a lot with it. And pre-trial had to do a lot with it, but I ended up in Court 12, which ended up helping me a lot. I also want to thank the bailiffs, because I don't know if I have to say this, but I used to drink a lot in front of Tommy's next to the courthouse. I was there every morning. I would see all the bailiffs come out of Tommy's, and they would say hi, this and that, but they knew what I was doing. I was drinking there every day, but that was not their job to tell me anything. But I would see them come to court, and It was like I was asking for help, but I wasn't reaching out until I got arrested. Pretrial approached me and they asked me if I wanted help, and I said yes. And here I am today. I did it, and I'm thankful for that, and I thank everybody.
The other participant, the other mental health participant that is going to be given a testimonial today is Michael B. Michael was someone that knew that it was time for his life to change. He told me that he was just ready for all the chaos to stop. So Michael did very well on this program, and I'm happy to report that he's graduating today. And I know that Michael says that this is something he's so happy about that he plans to just keep going and going forward. So thank you, Michael.
My name is Michael B., and this is my story, where I came from, and what mental health court has done for me and where I'm going. Something dawned on me during the beginning of my recovery. I had not lived a truly sober day in 16 years. I am 31. It made sense when I realized it. At 15, moving forward, I was living in a fractured mental health state that had yet to be identified. Fast forward 6 years, my mental state had been identified yet. I thought I had found solace in pot, alcohol, and 2 other human beings, a wife-to-be and an infant son. But I was mistaken. Drinking ruined that, as it would go on to ruin all else. As my life fell apart in front of my eyes yet again, I responded by drinking more and more and more. I'll save most of the particulars for my sure-to-be book deal. Fast forward 6 more years, the thing I had sought refuge in began to enslave me physically. It had already claimed my mind, though I was oblivious to this fact. The shakes were almost violent if I hadn't been drinking. I couldn't hold water or food without alcohol. I developed insomnia. It became my #1 priority. This would only worsen. Fast forward 4 more years. In that 4 years, I had been homeless 3 times. I had lost 40 pounds. I had 2 seizures. I absolutely had to drink alcohol to live, literally. I had attempted suicide 4 times in that span of time. Come 2019, I was at the end of my rope. I sobbed and begged God every night to kill me or make the pain go away. I was begging for money all day, every day, just to drink 1.5 gallons of vodka, if not more. If God wasn't going to take me, I would. I wanted to die under that bridge I was living under so I didn't have to hurt anymore. And so people would see what happens when someone feels no love. But I was wrong. People did and do love me. In spite of all of it, God loves me. I know because I wanted help, and He facilitated. One night when I had been begging for help from Him for weeks, every day, I got a DUI in a parking space. He knew I'd appreciate the irony. Can't read my own handwriting. My court-appointed attorney listened to my story. He was an alcoholic in long-term recovery. He got me transferred to MHC. At MHC, I met honest people with big hearts. They genuinely wanted to help me, and boy, did they. It wasn't easy, but it was a lot easier because I wanted it more than anything, and because they wanted it for me. Today, I'm as happy as I've ever been, and if I stay the course, it'll get even better. Thank you, Judge Huff, for being a mother figure for me, because Lord knows I miss mine. Thank you, Jay, for showing me a probation officer can care about their client. Thank you, Noe, for always being a joy to talk to and your encouragement. Thank you, Adrian, for helping guide me and making sure I didn't struggle. Thank you from the bottom of my soul to this entire team for what you do. Without y'all, I literally would not be alive, let alone have a life to look forward to. I love you all, and to anyone who's struggling out there, there is hope. You are loved, and you are worth it.
And now for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time to present the Mental Health Court graduating class of summer 2020 with their hard-earned and deserving diplomas. Please welcome Judge Huff and her staff for the presentation of diplomas. I want to see a lot of clicks on that applause sign and thumbs up emojis. Everybody, Judge Huff and her staff.
Alexander M. Overall, this experience helped me realize that I do need medications, and it connected me to people who understand me. I would not change anything about the program if I had the choice. Thank you. Christopher M. I would like to thank Noe, Jay, and Adrian for all the support they gave me through this very challenging yet rewarding process. I would also like to thank the judge for all of her kindness, understanding, and grace. Without those things, I would not have made it through. Darlene C. Thank you to Judge Huff and the Mental Health Court team for their help and support in the program. John F. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. I never in my wildest dreams believed getting a DUI would be one of the biggest blessings in my life. For the first time in a long time, I can actually and honestly say I'm genuinely happy, and I owe it all to the Mental Health Court. Vanity S. My experience with the Mental Health Court was very interesting and helpful. At the same time, it was challenging, but worth it. The rehab and classes really helped me. Isaac S. Judge Huff was always so compassionate, empathetic, and understanding, but stern when she had to be. She's truly someone who we could use in office in today's climate. That being said, I hope I never have to see these people again. Joke. Raymond V. Thank you to Judge Huff and the Mental Health Court team for their help and support in the program. Corey W. Y'all have done everything right. Every single one of y'all are great at all y'all's jobs. Love y'all and thank you again. Dominga G. Thank you to Judge Huff and the Mental Health Court team for their help and support in the program. Magdalena C. Thank you, Judge Huff, for all that you have done for me. Thank you, Officer Reese, and for keeping me on the right path. I am proud I succeeded. Margaret O. Thank you to Judge Huff and the Mental Health Court team for their help and support in the program. Connor D. I want to thank Judge Huff and Officer Reese for helping me see the program through and for being understanding of my epilepsy disorder. And of course, I want to say thank you to the full Mental Health Court team. Omar G. The program has helped me take back my life and get it back on track, and I would really like to thank Judge, my attorneys, my pretrial officer, and everyone at Crystal Counseling. Brian H. It has been a great privilege to be a part of the pretrial diversion program through Mental Health Court. The program gave me structure and routine, and I even passed my GD test the first time around. I'd like to personally thank Judge Huff and my pretrial officer, Shayna Bandy, for being so helpful and kind through the process. And of course, I'd also like to thank my grandfather and my mother for their years of support. Heather R. I just want to say thank you to Judge Huff for letting me be in the program and giving me the chance to change and fix what I have done, and for Officer Bandy for helping me when I needed the help and being patient with me when I couldn't even be patient with myself. I appreciate it so much, and for everyone else who helped me stay on track and better my life, not just for me, but for my son. Thank you all so very much. Maria R. I love it. It helped me a lot because it kept me busy. I would wake up early for the kids, school, and call the UA line every morning at 6 a.m. Dominic G. Thank you to Judge Huff and the Mental Health Court team for the help and the support in the program. Michael B. When I was first transferred to mental health court, I didn't know what to expect, was shown dedication, guidance, and a true sense of caring and compassion. Through resources, accountability, and honorable commitment to helping me successfully begin and navigate my recovery. Mental health court helped me to my feet to a life I can be proud of. Special thank you to Judge Huff for stern yet kind and encouraging oversight, Officer Reese for showing true concern for well-being and growth, and Noe Lopez and Adrian Rodriguez for being sweet and always making sure my needs were taken care of. Liza W. Want to say thank you to Judge Yolanda Huff, my POJ Ruiz, Adrian Rodriguez, and all of the team members. They were awesome. They helped me get through all of this. It was a lesson learned. So now I can move on with my life. Thank you again to each and every one of you. Manuel A. Thank you to Judge Huff and the Mental Health Court team for their help and support in the program.
Wasn't that a wonderful ceremony? Let's hear it again for our graduates. We are so proud of them. I'll tell you what else we're proud about. We are so proud of our sponsors, and we want to thank them because today's virtual graduation ceremony was made possible because of our sponsors, and we want to acknowledge and thank them. Jorge Herrera of the Herrera Law Firm and the Tina Torres Law Firm. Because of their sponsorships, today's program was possible. Their sponsorships mean support and value for the good that this specialty court is doing to make for a good society. So thank you to Jorge Herrera and Tina Torres. As our graduation ceremony comes to an end, it's so very important that we continue to support our graduates with the values of humanistic justice and integrity. These are the tenets of the Therapeutic Justice Foundation, of which I am a board member. I mention this because the foundation exists to help participants of the Bexar County Specialty Courts with treatment, education, and in other ways, such as with emergency food and monthly bus passes. In closing, and just once more because, wait a minute. Judge Huff, come join me. Ladies and gentlemen, all rise, Judge Yolanda Huff is here. Thanks, Judge Huff. So, in closing, and just once more, because I love saying it, though Judge Huff is going to say it.
Graduates, rise up to every challenge.
Because when you do, you also rise up for others.
Thank you for being here. And again, congratulations.
Have a splendid day. And don't forget to wash your hands. Congratulations, graduates. Bye.